I've been thinking about the book, The Four Agreements, a lot lately. It's a book that I discovered at a very low point in my life a couple years ago. And I remember reading it and really falling in love with it. Like, I felt like it really resonated with me at the time. And I've been really thinking about it lately, especially the agreement, not taking things personally. And I've been thinking about that so much lately, especially in the context of like friendships and just relationships with people in your life that you really care about, right? And the example that I want to give is, let's just say a friend, right? They say they're going to call you and they don't, right? And this is a friend that you've told multiple times that you really wish that you guys talk more. You know, you told them that you miss them, and you've made it very clear that you would like more time together, more communication, and just more of a sense that you're both making an effort to maintain the friendship, right? And they still don't call. And if you're anything like me, your brain might start to investigate all the reason why that's the case. Why did you say you're going to call and then don't? Why am I always the one that's reaching out, right? Why am I always the one that's putting in effort? And I think for me, I'm just finally realizing that I don't necessarily need all these answers to my questions, right? Because I've done my part. I've communicated what I like. I've given them the opportunity to know me and to understand what matters to me. And what they do with that information is on them. So if they don't change, that's okay. It doesn't have to become a confrontation. It doesn't even have to lead to resentment. And it doesn't have to become a story about how they don't care about me. It can just simply be information. And by that, I mean is that they have their priorities. They have relationships that they prioritize more. They may not have the same desire or the capacity actually for this friendship that I do. And that's okay. You know, I don't have to take that personally. I don't have to convince them that our friendship should matter more. I don't have to keep explaining why I like them to call. I don't have to keep putting myself out there and hoping that eventually they'll meet me at the same level. I can just meet them where they are. And I think that's the part that's been very freeing for me actually, because meeting someone where they are, it doesn't mean that I don't love them. It doesn't mean that I'm angry with them. It doesn't mean I'm withdrawing to prove a point. And it doesn't mean that I'm trying to keep a score either, right? What it means is that I'm no longer expecting them to show up any differently than they have shown me that they want to or they're able to. And if they don't make me a priority, okay, right? And I don't have to make them a priority. And I don't mean that as a punishment or like a get back or I'm trying to teach them a lesson or anything. It just means that I'm allowed to let my effort reflect the reality of the relationship, right? So if they call tomorrow and I have time, I'll answer. And I'll be so happy to hear from them, right? But if I don't have time, I don't have to rearrange my entire day or make myself available. I don't have to drop everything to make myself available because this person called, right? If I want to talk to them, I'll talk to them. But I'm not going to consistently go out of my way to make space for someone who doesn't do the same for me. And this doesn't mean that I love them any less. It doesn't mean I don't care about them, because I still do. I still enjoy them. I'm still very grateful that they are in my life. You still pick up the phone and be genuinely happy to hear their voice, right? I don't have to organize my life around the amount of effort that they're willing to give me. And I think that's the difference for me right now with boundary and resentment. Resentment is more so I'm going to stop showing up so you can see how it feels. And a boundary means I'm just gonna stop overextending myself, because I've realized that this is what this relationship naturally looks like, you know? And I don't think there's any punishment in that. That's just acceptance. You know, maybe this person is someone I talk to every few weeks. Maybe there's someone I see occasionally, and maybe there's someone I love deeply, but I just don't have a high frequency friendship with them, you know? And that's okay, right? That's okay. I don't have to force every relationship to look the way I want it to look, right? I can allow people to be where they are, and then I could decide if where they are works for me. And I think that's the part I used to struggle with, because not taking it personally doesn't mean that you pretend that you don't notice when someone doesn't show up. It just means that you can notice without spiraling. You know, you can notice without creating all these fake scenarios in your head or trying to like overextend yourself. You can acknowledge that they just don't prioritize this relationship the same way that you do. So instead of asking yourself, what does this mean about me? You can start asking yourself, okay, is this okay with me? You know? And if the answer is yes, you can meet them there. And if the answer is no, you can create distance. But either way, I don't need to take it personally. I don't need to be angry that they aren't someone that they're not, you know? I don't have to chase them. I don't have to convince them. And I don't need to stop loving them because I've stopped overextending myself for them, right? I can love people where they are. I can accept what they're able to give, and I can choose what I'm willing to give in return. I guess I say all that to say, that's just what it means for me right now to not take things personally in friendships or, relationships in my life. And it's not indifference or detachment or even pretending I didn't notice. I've said what I needed to say, and they know how I feel, right? So now I could just let their actions be their actions, and I could decide what I want to do with that information. And I can meet them where they are without abandoning where I am.